Hi, Diversity Talks is a program supporting the professional community. Now come on in. Are you ready? Relax, come on in, have a few laughs, and enjoy today's program. I am your host, Joyce Saint-Cyr, your business strategist. Hi, I'm Joyce Saint-Cyr, the host of Diversity Talks. How often do we want to make some changes in our lives or our business and not really sure what to do? This question is going to fall into today's topic. What is a business coach and what is a life coach, and how do you effectively select one? We all go through life challenges. We're all trying to find new ways to build upon and have new opportunities. So today I'm really excited, and let's just take a minute to hear what others think about having a business or life coach, or if they think it's not important at all. Have you ever worked with a business coach?
No, I have never.
Why not?
I just didn't think I needed one.
Oh, interesting. Now, as a business owner, have you ever worked with a business coach?
No, I have not, Miss Joyce.
And tell me why you haven't worked with a business coach.
Because I thought I knew it all.
I love that answer, because so many people believe that. Have you ever used a business coach?
I haven't.
Have you ever worked with a business coach?
No, I've had mentors in my life, but I've never sat down and really engaged a business coach.
Could you tell me why you've never worked with a business coach?
I guess I just didn't really realize what they did and what they had to offer until as of recently and in these networking events that I've been attending, and I've kind of had my eyes open to that.
Do you believe that you could build your business without having a business coach?
No, I really think it's valuable, so that's another direction that I'm looking to go into.
Have you ever worked with a business coach?
Actually, I've never worked with a business coach, but I'm exploring it into working with a coach.
Okay. Do you believe in having a business coach?
Well, not until I met you, all right? I've never had one before.
Have you ever worked with a business coach?
I have not worked with a business coach.
And why haven't you worked with a business coach?
I don't know that I have a reason. I think it's just been time, but that's not a good reason. I think there's some tremendous benefits of working with a business coach.
So therefore, you believe that you could build your business without having a coach?
You can build your business, but I think there are definitely some benefits of having a coach as far as keeping you accountable and helping you set targets and hit those.
Have you ever used a business coach?
No, I have not.
Tell me why you've never used a business coach.
Well, there's a few reasons I don't use a business coach. One of the main reasons is I'm stubborn enough to think that I can do it on my own. The other reason is I don't like to put money out where I don't think it's necessary, so the stubbornness translates into my pocketbook. I've seen the benefits of it helping other people. I just have not translated it to my own heart yet.
What would you say to someone that wants to start a business?
Love what you do. Be determined.
So what we're going to talk about exactly is, what is a business coach? What is a life coach? The purpose of a coach? How to select a coach? Should you have a coach? And your experience being or using a coach. So before we go into anything, let's define the difference. A business coach is someone who can effectively develop a strategy to help you in your business identify your strengths and your weaknesses, your opportunities and your threats. A life coach, a good life coach, deals with relatively healthy people who wants to improve upon their lives in specific ways, such as changing careers, changing relationships, actually identifying the goals they want. So anything that a person will look into, losing weight, anything that can affect us personally will be addressed by a life coach. Now, keep in mind, very often, similar to myself as a business coach, that you could help individuals with some life coach opportunities in reference of they're looking to changing career into starting a business, or if they're looking to having a family and how to incorporate that into their professional lives. So we talked about why we would have a business coach or life coach. So the purpose of a coach is similar to like a sports coach. Now we all watch different type of games, and you can see the coach on the side telling them what to do, when they're going to be effective in the game, who's going to play in the game, when is the right time in the game. Same thing when you have a coach, a business coach or a life coach. This is someone who's going to help identify your goals based upon your input, and they're going to give you some recommendations they believe will be best effective for you in reaching those goals. Now, very often I hear individuals say, do I really need a coach? Personally, I believe everyone should have a coach. And you might think that we all don't need a life coach, but somewhat indirectly we all do. Why? We go through life challenges. We go through different life experiences. And when you go through those life experiences, sometimes because it's you and you're so personally connected, it's challenging for you to see a little bit from outside in. So when you have a life coach will be able to help you identify some of the best strategies for where you are right now in your life. A business coach, to me, is priceless. Anyone who's looking to be in business or who's actually in business should have a coach. If you never had a business coach, I say that's a major mistake. Why? Because you need that insight. I know sometimes we reach out to friends, family, or different colleagues in the community to say, what are your thoughts? What do you believe that would be the best strategy? Or do you think this is a good product? And sometimes people don't see it with that special eye that you need a business coach to look at it. A business coach would have not that emotional connection similar to you. A business coach will be emotionally connected, being that you are their client and they're passionate about helping you. But they're able to step aside that emotion to say, this really doesn't work. And that's what you need to look into. So areas where a coach can help you. A business coach, a coach can help you in business planning, execution, your branding, financial budgeting. So often that many business owners are great into what they do, their product or their services, but they're not really understanding about the financial aspect. They just know I need $10 and I'm going to pay X amount of dollars. When you're looking to transitioning from being an employee to an employer, this is a great time for you to have a business coach. When you're looking at the process and procedures of your business, your marketing, your relationship building, and your social media, and just basically until your transition into being a small business. Now, a life coach, areas where a life coach can help you in slowing down and enjoying life. We all know as business professionals that our day-to-day more and more it's getting so intense and we don't know how to slow down and take time for ourselves. A life coach is going to be able to help us identify those pockets, those windows of opportunities where you can take some time for yourself. Finding a life partner. We see that there's so many online and different types of programs out there for you to meet someone. But if you work with a life coach, it would help you identify who and what type of person would best fit for what you want at this point in your life. Gaining confidence, overcoming fear. We all, at some point or another, are frightful of taking upon a new venture. A life coach and a business coach can help you conquer that fear. Clearing clutter, making some meaningful work, and of course, life transitions. Best time with a coach is understanding really what goals are you trying to meet. For a business coach to be more effective, it takes about 1 to 3 months, really 3 months. A life coach, they say 3 to 6 months, depending really what transition or what is it that you're trying to build upon in your life. Here's the key. Can anyone be a life coach? Let me tell you why I asked that question before I answer it. With all the changes that's going on in the economy and so many qualified individuals are being repositioned in their current job, they've re-identified themselves to say, I'm going to become a life coach or a business coach. Now, I'm not questioning anyone's capability of being a business or a life coach, but you really have to think about, do you have the full skill set that's necessary to be a life coach? So yeah, Anybody could be a life coach because we all have life experiences. But the key is, are you able to help someone come out of and meet their goals through that experience? Can anyone be a business coach? This is one of my favorites, definitely. As I mentioned, because of the different transitions that people are going through in life, there's more and more business coaches that's out there. Personally, I call myself a business strategist. And the reason I call myself a business strategist is because of my educational and my technical background experience. So you really need to think about the difference. What is it that you're trying to gain? What goals are you trying to achieve to identify what is the best coach for you? Now, there's different level coaches as well. You might start off with a life coach that's helping you with a separation. But then when you're building into your career, you might get someone who's a little bit more experienced, who understands your industry that you're trying to enter, and to understand really how to help you build your skill set. So that means you have to go into some questions. You have to ask those really not too comfortable questions. Do you want to be a coach? So you need to say, you've done a lot personally, and can you work with others? And this is really a grown-up question, because we all say, okay, I've had life experiences. I help my friends. My friends go through breakups and they lose their jobs, and I give them some options. And that's great. We all have to have friends. We all have to have that positive input in our life. However, are they able to help you develop an effective strategy to help you develop what you need? Do you want to be coached? Do you have the expertise that can help others? Or are you saying to yourself, I just don't need the help? How often do I hear that? I have the experience. I know what's necessary. I have great friends. I even have a mentor. And that's another discussion for another day, about having a mentor, for the difference between a coach. Because it's really understanding of someone dedicating that time for you. You have to see opportunities when there's a problem. And for you to be a good coach, you have to be able to help someone see an effective way out of a situation, or how to develop a budget, a forecast, or anything that individual needs to take themselves to another level. Most important factor selecting a coach. One of the most important factors when you're looking to selecting a business coach is someone that's having a proven track record. Let me pause there for a minute. Remember, I mentioned earlier that there's so many qualified individuals, but sometimes someone might have the passion, but they're not able to effectively help people with their goals. So you have to be able to say to them, do you have any referrals? Is there any place that I can see testimonials or recommendations? We all use LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a recommendation section. Go and take the time to read what others have said, or to see about their product and services. You don't want someone to learn on the job with you. Now, if you're willing to take that inexperience, then you have to understand there's opportunities to have hiccups in your strategy plan. But these are some of the questions, really tough questions to ask yourself if you're thinking about how to get a coach and how to best select the right coach for you. And overall, does this person have the expertise? Very often that you might be looking for a coach to help you with social media, but they don't know how to utilize the different social media tools. That might not be the best person for you. They might be great in understanding into marketing, into branding, but they don't really understand how to utilize those skill sets and put them over for social media. So you have to think about, what do you need, and make sure they have the skill sets to help you reach your goals. So we said, basically, how do you select a coach, a business coach? First, someone that can assist you with your skill development, business projects, and other professional goals. Someone who could serve as a partner to discuss and solve confidential issues and challenges. That's essential, that you want to be able to have someone that you can talk with and that will understand exactly your goals and what is it that you're trying to achieve. Someone who could understand your agenda, focus on your vision, understand your goals, who's not going to be distracted with their own goals. Now, be mindful that you could come and say that I want to develop this widget, and your coach recommends and says that widget really doesn't fit your business plan. Don't get upset and say this person doesn't understand my vision. but maybe understand why is it at this time that they're recommending that you don't put that widget into your business strategy plan. Someone that's able to help you facilitate those goals and achieve them. How to break them out in stages that you don't feel overwhelmed, that you're able to understand that you can see the growth. Because the key that's essential is to remember, it's not going to take overnight for you to reach those goals, but if you can see the growth, then you could understand that this is someone who's effective that could definitely help you. Now let's switch over a little bit in reference to a life coach. Does this coach have the ability to hear and understand you as a client? When we're talking about a life coach, how personal can you get? We are talking about your life, changing jobs, having a family, maybe leaving family. Understand that you have a crisis, someone that you need to talk with. Can this person really relate and understand what you're trying to share? Can this person offer tools to help you minimize some challenges that you may have or make decisions? Let me give you a good example. I worked with someone that was suffering from palpitations, and throughout sessions or when they're trying to achieve or do something within their family, they were having these palpitation attacks. So I said to them, hold on, talk to it. And they were like, talk to it? And I said, yes. Where do you feel that anxiety coming up? And they were feeling it right here. So I said, okay, place your hand right here and talk to it and say, Joyce, what just happened? Joyce, tell me what it is that got you upset or made you feel that maybe you neglected yourself. And at first it might sound silly, and I know some of you out there say, okay, Joyce, really? But it really helps. But different tools and different methods for different people. But it worked for her. She was able to identify that maybe something happened during the day. A client said something and she didn't respond the way she wanted to, and she had these anxiety attacks. So it helped her take the time to reflect what happened during the day. So you have to be able to have a life coach that could help you with these different techniques. So what do coaches expect from their clients? Now, I shared with you basically what you should expect from your coach, but let me share a little bit about what coaches expect from their clients. We expect you to be honest and trustworthy. How can someone help you if you can't be honest? One of the most challenging discussions to have with someone that's real personal is talking about income, monies. When you're trying to work with someone, a life coach or a business coach, and you're trying to develop a budget, no one really wants to say, I'm having some financial difficulties, but you have to tell your coach because there is a confidentiality clause that you're going to have with your coach. You need to be open-minded and as possible. Sometimes that some of the recommendations you might say, well, that's not what I thought. But if this is someone who has a proven track record, you somewhat have to trust and believe that this person is going to offer you some great recommendations. We want you to be receptive and change to possible. To be positive and self-confident. And sometimes it's not easy because you come and say, can I really do this? Can I really be the host of a program? Yes, you can. I want you to be willing and take risks. Coaches want you to complete your assignment. Ooh, this is my favorite. Personally, I give all my clients homework. And the key is, are you able to complete those assignments? Now, identify your time management. I know what's going on in your life. So when I propose a deadline, I've taken into consideration everything that's going on in your world and really to make sure that you're going to meet your goals based upon the timeline that we've developed together as a team. So therefore, sometimes you might have a client that will avoid you. Don't avoid the coach. Just say, I wasn't able to complete that assignment. But it's important that you complete your assignment because at the end of your 3 to 6 months working relationship, you want to be able to measure the success. And of course, we all like to measure success with being able to generate revenue or reach those goals that we set for us. To own the coaching relationship by telling the coach what is working or what's not working. If you feel that something is really not working and it's not meeting your goal and you don't feel comfortable, it's against your belief, you have to tell your coach. So these are some quick tidbits about working with a coach and what you're looking for. What I need you to think about is, at the end of the day, we all at a certain point of our life needs to have a coach. And I want you to think about where you are right now Have you been able to achieve your goals effectively on a timeline that you had designed for yourself? And if you hadn't been, then think about why. And sometimes it's to have someone that doesn't have that personal connection with you to be able to help you map out your plan and think about how to actually set it in a way that you will achieve your plans. You don't want to go into putting 10 goals in front of you and expect to achieve them all within 3 months. Maybe it's achievable, maybe it's not. You want to be able to celebrate those moments that when you have achieved your goals. Take the time to understand who's working with you, why